there. Welcome to Within Living's YouTube channel. My name is Lois, and I'm so happy that you're here. And I do thank you so much for coming here. I do appreciate you watching. So here at Within Living, whether it's here on YouTube or on my website at withinliving.com, all my conversations, right, are going to be focused towards spirituality, but with a specific focus on consciousness. And when I say consciousness, I'm talking about going back within and going back to the seat of consciousness, which is within us, which is God. Because you see, God is within you. You and God are the one. We just are the one. God is within. God is not without. And so my conversations here are going to be taking you back within to what I call your I amness of being, or your existence. We call that the soul. In religion, they call that the spirit, the Christ presence, the Holy Spirit. In non-religious areas, they call that the universe. And in spirituality, they call that the soul. It doesn't really matter what we call it. It's still God, and it's you. It is you, my friend, because it's the very essence and the breath of your life. You couldn't be breathing without it. So if you did not have it, if you were not it, you wouldn't be hearing my voice. You wouldn't have existed. You wouldn't have even been a memory. So my conversations are to take you back within yourself, to connect back to your true identity, this God presence within you that you are at your essence of being, or your soul. So yes, my content is going to be spicy and thought-provoking. It is. I'm going to provoke you in a good way, to cause you to stop and ask questions for yourself. I'm always going to support you and encourage you. Go back within. Go back within yourself. God is within you. God is you. It's you. It's the infinite intelligence of all existence. It is within you. So any questions you might have, any distortions you might have experienced, anything that no longer serves you effectively, go back within yourself and question it. And ask the questions. When you ask the questions, you're going to get the answers. The truth is going to be revealed to you. God is going to reveal it to you, because you're always answered. Did you know you can never be denied? You can never, ever, ever, ever be denied anything in life. We experience what we call denial simply because we believe we can be. That's all. But you really can't be denied. So go with it and ask the question. You will receive an answer. And when you receive that answer, it will come to you from within as a revealed truth. You will know it is your own truth. And you'll know it's not because Lois or anybody else said so, but it was your own revealed truth. And I always encourage you, never take mine or anybody else's word for it. I don't question anything I say. Absolutely not. To me, it is my truth. I bring forth to you what I've proven to be my truth. But I want you now to question and validate it within yourself as your own truth. Your validation comes from within, never without. Within is the cause of what is without. Okay, so having said that now, I just have one little announcement that I want to go ahead and make here before we get into this juicy conversation I have for you today. I have a good one for you today. Another good one. So anyway, I had announced to you that I had prepared a new level of subscription to my community. And I did set up that course for you. However, just after going through a lot with my own inner self, and I truly, honest to God, trust my source. I trust myself implicitly. And I came to the realization that a lower price point of subscription for you were not going to make any difference. You all still, those of you who have not joined, you are not going to. And so at this point, I am very comfortable in saying that I am not only not going to be offering that level of subscription to the community, but I'm actually going to be ending the community, unfortunately. And but I am still going to be here on YouTube, and I'm going to continue with my one-on-one coaching. My one-on-one coaching is always booked. It's always overbooked. Yeah. It is pricey, yes, but I get incredible results. My clients get results. My clients get results. And a lot of my clients are either repeat or referrals. And as I've told you guys before, most of my clients are other coaches. And so my clients learned from me how to get results for their clients. So I'm going to be focusing on my coaching. And in line with that, I'll just inform you that I'm adding another component to give you another option. Those of you who want coaching and don't want the 10-week package, it is the best package for the best results. But if you don't want that, I'm offering you another option of some phone coaching. I'm not a big component of phone coaching because coaching for me or the work that I do is not about the money. Okay, it's about the love of it. And I know that from phone coaching, it's not enough information. It's not enough time for you to get the results that you really are after and to keep them. I know that. That's why I'm not a big proponent of it, but people keep asking me to offer it. So I'm going to try it for a while. So anyway, I just wanted to bring you up to date with that. For those of you who did join the community, it's been an absolutely marvelous experience, and we've all transformed tremendously. So getting into today's conversation now, yes, this intro is a little bit long, but getting into today's conversation now, I want to bring to you a conversation today that says to you, how about you start acting as if God was within you? Yes. How about you start acting as if God was within you? Because God indeed is within you, my friend. God is the source of your existence. God is you. Who do you think you are? Who do you really think you are? You are God at your existence. I'm not talking about your body. No, the God of you has the body. I'm not talking about your personality. No, the God of you has the personality. But the source of your existence, the breath of your life, your true identity is God. And all things that are God are inherent to you as the soul. In other words, they're your inherited birthright. They are your divine right. They are a part of who you are. They're inherently you. They are you. They're not things that you can attain or achieve because they are you. You know, your life is you. Your breath is you. Your wealth is you also when you understand that you are God. Your health is you when you understand that you are God. All your peace, your energy, everything is you when you understand that, yes, indeed, you are God and you are the source of it all. So, to start acting as God, you have to go back and recognize that God is infallible. God simply can't fail, my friend. No, not at all. Who you call God, I'm sure you believe it can't fail, right? So if you believe that God can't fail, you might still be perceiving God out here. God is not out here. God is in here. Then if God can't fail and you are God and you and God are the one, inseparably connected, you can't never ever be separated from it, then how can you fail? I mean, really, honest to goodness, think about that for a minute. How can you fail? How can you fail in any of your endeavors? You say you're manifesting something? Okay. So how can that manifestation not come to pass? If God can't fail, and you and God are the one, because you are God, then how come you have failure? Think about that for a moment. I'm going to go and I'm going to give you a couple of scriptures. I'll be looking down a lot today because I actually went into make noted. I know how to quote the scriptures, but I went back to look at the reference in the Bible. For those of you, and I know a lot of you on my channel are in religion or coming out of religion. I did also. So I guess it's intuitive to me to reference back to the scriptures. Okay. Jesus reference to God being within you in John 10:30, where he was referencing God not only being within you, but you and God are being one. Now, if God is not within you, you and God can't be one, because God can't be off here in heaven somewhere and you are here and you and God are the one. No, Okay, so he said in John 10:30, I and my Father, Father meaning the source of all existence, the I in I am, right, are one. It is a statement of truth. And that statement of truth that Jesus made all the millions of years or whenever that was back then is now validated in the quantum physics in something called quantum entanglement. I don't want to take up more time on this video to get into explaining what quantum entanglement is. But for those of you that are not familiar with quantum entanglement, you may want to go back and do your own research. Quantum entanglement simply means in a very basic way, two distinctly different objects that are vibrating at the same rate of energy, that one could be in the physical world, one could be in the non-physical world, but they're resonating together. And because they're on the same level or vibrational level, they become entangled. Their energies become entangled or intertwined with each other, even though they're in two separate states, if you will. Okay, so you go back and do some research on that if you'd like to understand more about quantum entanglement, because quantum physics validates everything to you that your religions, and I say religions plural, but specifically Christianity, is really not willing to break down for you. So when we go back to the true self, the soul, the God within you, or the Christ presence within you, the Christ presence in Christianity, they call the Jesus within you, or the Holy Ghost within you, or Jesus Christ within you, right? That is your soul, people. It's the essence of your being. It's the breath of your life. You can't breathe without it. No. No. It is what is breathing you. It is what is lifing you. It is what is growing your hair. It is what is growing your fingernails. It is what is giving you the ability to hear me speak. It is what is giving me the ability to speak, right? It is what is bringing forth all of your manifestations. So it is what is actually reflecting back out to you in the manifestations, the physical projections of all of your life experiences. All of your life experiences are coming out of this soul. And they're coming out of this soul in direct correlation to how convinced you are in any given area about who you believe you are, what you believe you're worthy of, and what you believe you're deserving, and what you believe is true to you based on the law. The law says, as you believe, so you become. So go back then, when Jesus said, I and the Father are one, he was talking about the soul, the Christ presence within. And that Christ presence within is our awareness of being. It is our awareness. The consciousness of us is the life itself. It's God. It's the soul. And whatever the soul awakens or wakes up to become aware of. And how does it become aware? Through the mind. That's why it has a mind. It is not the mind. No, it is not the mind, but it has the conscious mind. Why does it have the conscious mind? That's where you have free will to choose what you will think, free will to choose what you will have, free will to choose what you will be or not be. The choice is yours, only yours. And then the soul of you, who is God, who is the I am, becomes that to you, projected out as your life experiences. So this soul that you are, this awareness that you are, it is in an ongoing, inseparably connection with the source of it, or the superconscious mind, if you will, if you want to call it the all, if you will, if you want to call it the Father, if you will, whatever you want to call it. Your soul and it is in lockstep. It is the one. It is actually the one keyed low in lower form as the you. It is the you. It just is you. You are God. You are God within. So when we can accept this, that we are the soul and we are the one with the source of us, there is no separation from us. Whatever the source of us is, we are. Then we're setting a solid foundation for our concept or our perspective or our belief about who we are convinced that we are. And whoever we're convinced that we are is who the soul or God within has to become for us in the experiences that we have. And this is a fundamental faith or conviction from the God state. So when we're living from the God state, and the God state simply meaning when we're living from a state of consciousness and awareness that, honest to God, we are God, we've awakened to that realization. And we're consciously mindful of it and consciously being present with the awareness of it. That's what being in the God state really means. Okay? Then when we're living from that state of being, then all things are possible to us. All things are not possible to us when we're living detached from it as the humans. It's not. We have to be in harmony with it. I and the Father, we are the one. So if you are conscious that God and you are one, there's only you. You are it. You are all that there is. There's only you. If that is your consciousness, if that is your dominant thought pattern, if that is your dominant conviction, then your life experiences must reflect that. It must reflect all of who the God is of you that you're one with. Now, if your conviction about you and God, if you're convinced, let's say that you and God are one, but you're convinced that the physical three-dimensional world says that we've just been so much lack. There's so much lack. There's so much limitations and so much lack and so much struggle. And that's what you're focused on. That's who you become convinced that you are, right? What's happening to you. Then the God of you, who you're convinced you're one with, must continue to perpetuate that experience for you. If you want to come to the awareness, to the realization that the God of you, if you're truly one with it, and it is not limited, and it is infallible, it cannot fail. It simply cannot fail. If it cannot fail, then all things must be possible for it. The logical mind will come in and say, but how? I have to understand. Let me get a good understanding on how. No, you don't need an understanding on how. Why? Because that's not faith. If you have to understand it, then you don't have the faith to accept it. You don't have the faith to accept it. It's just that simple. You don't have the faith to accept it. So you're basically saying to your egoic self, yes, me and God are one, but God, the God of me, does not have infinite potential and power to do for me anything I desire or require, because I don't understand how it could get it done for me. Right? And just like that, my friend, you have knocked yourself right out of all the infinite potential and possibilities that were available to you and put yourself back in the box of limitation. When you understand that the one and only one God that you are can't really ever fail. It can't ever falter. It can't be delayed. It can't be denied. And you choose to come in harmony with it. Not just intellectually affirm that me and God are one, me and God are one. Yes, me and God are one. But I'm talking about change your conviction, change your thought patterns, change your conviction, your inner belief about your separation from it and your limitations. Because if you're one with it, you can no longer be in a state of limitations. You have to come up to the higher state of consciousness of it, where it has infinite potential and power. Your possibility of experiencing all things in life is based on your union, your one harmonious union. And I said harmonious union with the higher intelligence of you. It is you coming in alignment or harmony with the infinite of you, the source of you, and surrendering your limiting belief of the carnal mind, denying them, and acknowledging, receiving, and becoming, accepting as your truth that you are one with God. And because you are one with God, you are in God, God is in you. You are actually God. You are God. If you are God, then how come things are not possible to you? They can't be. They can't be. There's a disconnect. So if you really believe that you're God and you're still experiencing limitations, then you need to go back and question, where's that coming from? How or why? And I'll just say quickly that that's going to come from one out of two places. Either that you have an intellectual belief that you and God are one and not an absolute soul conviction. It's not a conviction of your soul that I'm actually one with the source of me. Or if you have that conviction, then you have a distorted perspective of who God is to you. You're probably perceiving God as someone who is denying you, has divine timing, has a perfect will. All of that is nonsense. It's nonsense. God is spirit. God is ever present now. God can't have divine timing. Divine timing is nonsense. It don't exist. No. And God can't give you free will to choose your destiny and then tell you, I have a better will for you, got a better plan for you. That's nonsense also. So go back and really reevaluate, what have you been believing? What are you thinking? Because your thinking, your dominant thoughts is what's creating your beliefs. Change those beliefs and you'll change the whole experience. Okay, can you allow yourself to believe that, honest to God, all things are true? That's a question I want to stop right here and ask you. I'm going to put it out there for you, and I'm going to ask you this, because if you're in spiritual awakening, this is what your spiritual awakening is about, to wake you up to come to the realization. The soul as awakened is like, oh, okay. I'm not my egoic personality. I'm actually God. All things are possible to me. I have always been rich. I have always been infinitely abundantly supplied. I have always been infinitely intelligent. I have always been infinitely wise. I have always been infinitely powerful. I have always been infinitely sufficient. I have always been infinitely self-reliant. I have always been infinitely self-resilient. I've always been. That's the soul of you. That's your awakening. So, are you ready to allow yourself? Can you allow yourself to believe that all things are possible to you? Because they are. And don't take my word for it. I'm going to take you now to Matthew 19:26, where Jesus was talking, and he said, with man, meaning humanity, which means the carnal mind. The carnal mind. When it refers to man, it refers to the carnal mind. The mind, the human part of the experience. With man, this is impossible. But with God, all things are possible. So like I said earlier, all things are not possible to you as the human being. if that's your identification. If your identification is as the human being, then no, all things are not possible to you. But if your identification is, I am God because I am one with God, I am in God, God is in me, I mean, how precious. Whew. How glorious is that? That you and God, my friend, stop and really absorb that. Take a minute. You and God are the one. God is you and you are God. And when that becomes your realization, then you have the realization of knowing all things are possible. And as Jesus went on, he went on, and in Mark 9:23 now, Mark 9:23, Jesus said, all things are possible to them that believe. To the soul who believe. All things are possible to the soul who believe. To you, can you believe that? Can you allow yourself to believe that? That's your inherent birthright, to have all things be possible to you. You don't have to earn it. No, you don't have to shift your thinking and your conviction to come in alignment with who you are as the soul and experience it. I want to go back, take a minute and just do this right here, a little word check. You know me and the words, right? So the word possible is a Greek word, and it's the word dunata, D-U-N-A-T-A. And the meaning of it is as an adjective. The Greek word dunata in English as an adjective, the meaning of it is powerful, strong, able, capable, possible, to be able to do something. To do something. So all things are possible for you to do if you are convinced that you can, because you're God. It's just that simple. If you don't believe that you can, then you won't. If you don't believe you're God, therefore you can, I'm sorry, you won't. That's the battle between the egoic self and the soul. Okay? All right. This expresses an idea of an ability or power, an innate, it's innate, an inner power of one who is able and capable and competent to fulfill something. So the word dunata in Greek, possible, that's what that means. This power and ability obviously transcends the limitation of the egoic mind. So your ability, your power to experience, to manifest, let's say, manifest anything you want, anyone you want, is based on one thing only. Are you convinced? Are you convinced that all things are indeed possible to you? Because they are. And all things are possible to you because you and God are one. God is behind you. God is the energy behind you, the source behind you. God is the source of you. You as the soul get to decide what it is you're going to experience. And you rest in an unwavering conviction of knowing I can't be denied. If I say I have it, I have it. It is mine. Why? Because I know who I am. I know who I am. And I know that if I want it, it already existed in the infinite quantum field. In other words, the invisible world. If I want it, I get to have it. There's no one to give it to me but me. I give it to me, I have it. And I don't care how grand it may appear to be. I'm the one on the pedestal, not the thing. And I have an unwavering conviction in the higher aspect of me, the Father, if you will, the infinite, if you will, that is backing me, who is infallible, that if it cannot fail, then neither can I. And this thing has to come into my physical world. This is the conviction that you need to manifest anything you want. This is what manifesting from the God state is all about. This is what I teach in my one-on-one coaching about manifesting from the God state, because this is who you were made to be. And I didn't make it up. Jesus taught it to you all. They just don't give us enough information to help us to understand and comprehend it and come in harmony with who we are. So this takes us back to our connection with the God presence within us. If you don't have that solidified within you in your self-concept and your relationship with it, and you're not really learning how to trust it unwaveringly, how to rely upon it in a love relationship with it, then no, it's shaky ground then to believe that we can truly experience infinite possibilities, that all things are possible to us. Because then we're wanting to manifest all things being possible to us out of the human or egoic mind, and they can't come from there. They can't come from there. But when you shift back and you go back to the oneness of who you are with the source of your existence, to the soul of you, who is God within you, where all things are possible, and you really get solidified on your self-concept of who you are and your true identity of who you are, then yes, all things are possible. I don't care what you need. I don't care what you desire. You can't need anything anyway. So I don't care what you desire. Could be a bag of money. It could come out of thin air. A healing for your body can come overnight. That sweet love that you want, they can pop out the skies. Doesn't matter. The house you want could be given to you. You don't even have to pay for it. It can be given to you. All things are already provided for you. All you have to do is to be able to believe that and accept it as your truth, unwaveringly so. And to do so, you need to go back and harmonize within to the God presence within you. So again, quantum physics, totally, I love quantum physics. I study quantum physics. And quantum physics totally and completely validates the quantum entanglement. We're one with the God. It validates quantum resonance, which is where we have the power and the ability to speak to a thing and give life to it, and it must come to pass. And what they call quantum transportation, which is in the quantum field energetically. We could just get up. You guys have heard of soul travel from here to there. Connect with. It's a wonderful thing. Anyway, I intend that this lesson here brings you some information to really provoke you. Yes, I wanted to provoke you today. To provoke you to really go back within, think a little deeper, come back more in harmony, really question yourself. Who have you been believing that you really are? And what kind of limitations have you been putting up on yourself? Because the only things you can experience limiting wise are limitations you've set for you. So take those off, come back in line with your true self. Know that all things are possible to you. God is within you. You and God are the one. You can never be separated from God. You are God. You just are it. You are it. And when you can become really convinced and comfortable with that and rest in that, then all things truly are possible for you, my friend. So again, it was my sheer pleasure and joy bringing this video today. Go to my website, look in my description box, you'll find all my services there, and go to my website. I have some new information on my website for you. And until next time, I'm going to say peace, bye-bye for now, and remember, we're always one love. It is just the one love. It's the one consciousness, so it's the one love, it's the one source, it's us, it's you, it's me, it's one. Bye-bye for now.